The Master's Mysteries, Tales of Magical Mastery, Episode 91. Continuing from the previous episode, deep within the northern desert, there is a place called the Three-Peak Ridge. The mountains are not large or high, but atop them stand three temples, which is the sacred site of the shaman cult of the dragon god. Below the mountain is the gathering place of the herders, all of whom are core followers of the shaman cult of the dragon god. Mongolian yurts are densely packed, making it resemble a bustling town. It's strange that they haven't shown up again. Meanwhile, Liao Fengyi and the others are in one of the herders' taverns, drinking and eating meat. To ensure the safety of the three devils of Liaodong, they did not bring the three of them along. Who cares? Without entering the tiger's den, how can you catch the tiger? Strangely, since defeating the yellow demon, the new enemy they anticipated never appeared. The three of them reached the core territory of the shaman cult of the dragon god smoothly. I'm worried if they have some kind of trap set up. In fact, Liao Fengyi and Black Fox also sensed that even though the enemy hadn't appeared, the pervasive surveillance was always there. Maybe they want to lure us deeper, but even if the other side tries to stop them, they will come to attack. So they might as well go straight into the tiger's den and pierce the enemy's heart. While they were talking, Xiaodi noticed that Liao Fengyi had been wearing a serious expression since entering the tavern. Are you worried about your master? Yes, I don't know how my old master is doing. Xiaodi is observant and knows that the closer they get, the more worried Liao Fengyi is about his master's safety. Don't worry, now that we're here, we'll take steady and firm actions. Xiaodi filled a bowl of wine for both Liao Fengyi and Black Fox, comforting them. We will definitely rescue your master. In truth, they all understood that the shaman cult of the dragon god was not easy to deal with. Xiaodi's entire sect was destroyed, and all her loved ones perished. When it comes to bearing hatred, no one had more than her. Exactly. Rest assured, with me around there won't be any problems. Although Liao Fengyi's master was trapped, he was still alive, and as long as there was life, there was hope. They would do everything they could to rescue him. As they were talking, suddenly, the door curtain lifted, and a burly figure walked in from outside. The three turned to look, and they saw that the newcomer resembled a bald monk, standing at a height of more than 9 feet. As soon as he entered, his eyes locked onto Liao Fengyi. It's you. Before Black Fox and Xiaodi could speak, they saw Liao Fengyi's expression change, and he stood up abruptly, walking towards the newcomer. Before he could finish his sentence, the man suddenly threw a punch, which landed squarely on Liao Fengyi's face. This shocked Black Fox and Xiaodi even more. Kid, what's going on? I'm fine, don't move. Not only was this punch incredibly fast, but it also packed a powerful force. Liao Fengyi, who was quite sturdy, was thrown back about 4 to 5 meters and landed heavily on the ground. Master, what are you doing here? Liao Fengyi seemed to be extremely excited despite being punched. He stopped Black Fox and Xiaodi and got up quickly. It's been over 10 years since I last saw you. I've missed you so much. Liao Fengyi was extremely excited, but the man remained cold. After getting up, Liao Fengyi's knife was immediately pointed at his throat. The speed of the attack was so fast that no one saw how he did it. Master, I want that map. Seeing the man draw a weapon, Black Fox immediately wanted to approach, but Liao Fengyi stopped him. Hand it over. You're also a member of the shaman cult of the dragon god. Liao Fengyi didn't seem to care about the knife pressed against his neck, which puzzled everyone. Just tell me, are you giving it or not? The man paid no attention to Liao Fengyi's enthusiasm and spoke briefly and decisively. Master, I won't give it. Very well. I'll wait for you in front of the Fox Immortal Ridge Temple tonight. I'll be there on time. After stating a time and place for their meeting, the man turned and left, just as decisively as when he entered. Fengi, who is this person? From the moment he entered to the moment he left, less than the time it takes for an incense stick to burn, Black Fox and Coyote were left bewildered. He's the first person I ever admired in my life. Liao Fengi looked at the man's departing figure with an admiring smile and quietly began to recount their past. As he spoke, he reached a point in time over a decade ago when Liao Fengi was still a young boy of 11 or 12. At that time, Liao Fengi's parents had already passed away, and he was living alone in the mountains. His master had not yet appeared. One day, as he was gathering herbs on the mountain as usual, he realized it was getting late as the sun began to set. Just when he was feeling a bit anxious, he suddenly heard a rustling sound from the woods behind him. Turning around, he saw a gigantic wild boar suddenly bursting out of the woods. This terrified the young Liao Fengi. The rampaging wild boar was incredibly fierce, and this one already showed signs of demonic transformation. Eating Liao Fengi was as easy as nibbling on a piece of grass. At that time, Liao Fengi had not yet learned any martial arts. Although he had a resilient personality, he was utterly powerless against this monstrous creature. He watched helplessly as he was about to become the boar's meal. But at that moment, a dry tree branch suddenly flew through the air and pierced straight into the boar's forehead. The colossal boar, which was as big as half a hill, collapsed right in front of Liao Fengi. Liao Fengi, still shaken, gasped for breath, and then he saw a tall figure emerging from the nearby woods. "Are you okay?" As the man approached, Liao Fengi finally saw that he was a burly man wearing a straw hat and dressed in a Taoist robe. "I'm fine." But wait, the man's words were brief. He saw that Liao Fengi was unharmed and was about to leave. But Liao Fengi couldn't let his savior just walk away. He hurriedly took a few steps to catch up. "My home is at the foot of the mountain. Would you like to come over and have something to eat?" "No need. I just took a life." Liao Fengi had initially wanted to invite the man to his home for a meal to express his gratitude. "Would you like to meditate instead?" But the man left behind this sentence, leaving Liao Fengi dumbfounded. "Master, you saved me. How can it be considered taking a life?" "Taking a life? Right. He killed the boar to save him. Wasn't that a good deed? Why was it called taking a life?" The man paid no attention to Liao Fengi's confusion and walked away. Is form really that important? As long as we follow our hearts in this world. In their conversation, Liao Fengi vaguely understood that this man was extraordinary and very mysterious. From that day onwards, the man sat in meditation on a cliff without eating or drinking. He sat there without moving for 3 or 4 days. To that wild boar, "You were just food. Everything is equal." What puzzled Liao Fengi even more was that despite his appearance as a monk, the man was wearing Taoist robes. What was going on? Killing it is a sinful act. He was different. Unlike anyone Liao Fengi had met before, he possessed a kindness that surpassed others. "Master, are you a monk or a Taoist?" A week passed in the blink of an eye, and the man had gone without food for a full 7 days. No matter what Liao Fengi brought him, he refused, claiming that he still had unresolved karmic burdens. Is form really important? In this world, as long as we follow our hearts, in their conversations, Liao Fengi gradually understood that this man was not ordinary. He was truly mysterious. So, apart from collecting herbs every day, Liao Fengi would come to sit with the man. For some reason, sitting beside him made Liao Fengi feel unusually peaceful, and time passed quickly. This continued for about a month. One evening, as Liao Fengi was sleeping, he suddenly heard footsteps in the courtyard. "Wake up and make some food. I'm hungry." He had just woken up when he saw the man walking in from outside. carrying a massive wild boar on his shoulder. Oh, all right. Just a few days ago, he had been meditating as atonement for taking a life. Now, he was carrying a boar covered in blood. Liao Fengyi felt utterly perplexed. "Master, do you still eat meat?" "Why wouldn't I eat meat? When I'm hungry, shouldn't I search for food? It's not a sinful act, despite having a head full of question marks." Liao Fengyi got up and cooked a large pot of wild boar meat stew with mushrooms for him. "Didn't you say you avoid taking lives?" "I was hungry. Searching for food when hungry isn't wrong. This isn't an evil act." The following conversation answered all of his questions, but it left Liao Fengyi even more baffled. "Didn't you say not to focus on appearances? Do you understand?" The young Liao Fengyi still couldn't comprehend why taking a life was wrong a few days ago, but not today. "Regardless, you saved me, and I've always been grateful for your life-saving grace. Ha ha ha, kid, you made me a meal, so we're even now." After this chat, Liao Fengyi finally understood. The man had intentionally made him get up and cook to make him feel that he had repaid his debt of gratitude. There was no need for either of them to dwell on this matter any longer. But saving a life is different from this. It's all just a small favor. The significance of favors varies from person to person. At least, Liao Fengyi never believed that making a meal could repay a life-saving favor. In any case, everything about this man was turning Liao Fengyi's understanding upside down. "So, you're saying he's a good person. How did he end up joining the shamanic dragon cult?" "I don't know." After eating his fill, the man left. Later, Liao Fengyi mentioned him to his master. His master admired the man's actions and said he had great insight. The man became an idol in young Liao Fengyi's heart. "I'll find out tonight when I meet him. Can you go alone?" But how could such a person join the shamanic dragon cult? Liao Fengyi couldn't fathom it. "He tried to kill me. He attacked me just now." "That's true.